This is problem 1.34 from Francois Tardieu's Backgammon Strategic Concepts book, chapter 1. Here's the position. We're blue. We rolled a 5-1. Our home board's on the bottom right. Look at three possible moves for the 5-1. I'll give you my quick observations, some of Tardieu's key points, Tardieu's expert analysis with feedback from XG, Tardieu's summary, and then I modify the position at the end, which raises a couple questions for me. Here's the first possible move. Slotting on the 7 and hitting loose on the 1, like this. This slots the bar point in hopes of making a 5 prime. It slots and hits when white has a blot in their inner board on the 23 here. If we do get hit, white's weak inner board makes it easy for us to enter and possibly hit their blot. Sends white's checker to the bar, taking away half of their roll. Hits on a deep point, which distracts us from making our 5 prime. Second possible move is to play safely, come down 13 to 8 and 6 to 5. This leaves no blots. It strips the midpoint. Stacks the 8 point a little bit too. Third possible move is to slot the bar point 13 to 7, like this. Slots the bar point in hopes of making a 5 prime from the 4 to the 8. If we do get hit, white's weak inner board makes it easy for us to enter and possibly hit their blot. Our advanced anchor here on the 21 lessens the risk of us getting hit. We can come back in easier, maybe land on the 4 there, 21. White's good 6s are duplicated. If he hits us with a 6 here, he wouldn't be able to use a 6 to cover his blot here. These are the three final positions. Take a look at the features of each position, the pip count, the strength of each player's board, threats facing each player, and think which one looks best to you. Quick recap. Here's the first move, slot and hitting loose on the 1 on the 8th point, before and after. Here's a second possible move, playing safely, coming down 13 to 8, moving 6 to 5, before and after. And here's a third possible move, slotting the bar point 13 to 7, before and after. Some of Tardieu's key points. Many features of this position support slotting. We're trailing in the race. We're down by 16 before the roll. So we need to look for a prime rather than wait passively for a good roll like high doubles to make up lost ground. We have an advanced anchor that protects us if we do get hit by slotting here. We can easily recycle a checker from the bar. So if we get hit, we can come in and move it around again. And we'll have good timing. And white's blot in his home board and his inner board makes our decision easier to slot, take the chance. This is a great opportunity to make our bar point by slotting it first and hopefully making it next. And a solid 5 prime from the 4 to the 8 will probably let us send the cube. Let's look at Tardieu's expert analysis with feedback from XG. The third best roll of the top 3 is to play safely, 13 to 8, 6, 5. We're not really adding anything to our position here. We're adding another builder here on the 8 and moving this extra builder from the 6 to the 5. By playing passively, we're handing the momentum to white, allowing them to possibly escape their back checker. or strengthen their attack on us. Slotting and hitting loose is a little better. We're slotting the bar point, which sets us up for a solid 5 prime, which is what we want to do. The risk we take is mitigated by white's weaker homeboard, as well as our advanced anchor in his homeboard. Hitting on the ace point distracts us and adds from building our prime here, and adds a blot on a point we really don't need right now. So the top move, according to Tardieu and XG, is to just slot the 7 point. Slotting the bar point sets us up for a solid 5 prime. The risk we take is mitigated by white's weak inner board as well as our advanced anchor. If white misses us, their position could immediately take a turn for the worse, and we'll probably send the cube, as long as we can cover. Also, being behind in the race calls for us to look for a prime rather than wait passively by playing safe. We shouldn't play safe. Tardieu's summary: when your opponent has only one man back, slotting the bar point is justified when you're far behind in the race, which we are, and have an advanced anchor, which we do. A blot in our opponent's homeboard is another argument in favor of slotting the 7 point. Makes it easier for us to come in and recirculate. I modify the position. I've done 2 modifications, putting the blot, white's blot in his homeboard, in front of our checkers, so we have the chance of hitting it. Both here with the anchor back on the 24, here the anchor on the 22. When we place white's inner board blot in front of our anchor, we should hit on the ace point in hopes of getting a chance to send a second checker, this checker or this checker, back and turn our prime into a blitz. I think I'm interpreting this correctly, but I might be missing something. Let me know if you see something, if you agree or not with what I'm saying. If you have a question or comment, all feedback is welcome. Make sure to check out Alex Eshaghian's excellent review of Tardieu's book on YouTube, as well as Sunny Florida Backgammon Club's informative series of lessons, also on Tardieu's book, also on YouTube.